Hello everyone, my name is Luis Garcia, this is the Slate Clap with another movie review, and today we have Adaptation.
Do you want to be original? Have you tried? In the pursuit of that perfect original idea, Charlie Kaufman makes a capital mistake and writes himself writing the screenplay, if that makes sense at all. This movie follows two storylines in a parallel way. Charlie, a writer haunted by his low self-esteem, hating everything about himself, grabbed from his only connection to the real world, his ability to write. Tormented by his inability to make human contact, he gets tasked to adapt a screenplay for The Orchid Thief. Charlie loves the book and loves the flowers, white, yellow, redhead, brunette, blonde. He loves them all, so much that he doesn't want to make this movie into a Hollywood monster. He wants to maintain the spirit of the book and portray the flowers pure and majestic, just as in the book. But what is the beginning of a flower? Is it at the beginning of time? Is it when a man understood the nature behind it? Or is it just when Susan put her invention into the paper? Or when Charlie got the book on his hands? How about all the above? And let's be curious about continuity and put them all simultaneously. Then the movie began at the beginning itself, but Charlie is not alone. He has his twin brother, just like looking at the mirror, identical but inverse. Donald looks the same, but is the opposite completely, being at ease with people, having no social trouble to express himself, connecting with those that love, to the point that annoyed Charlie, that sees him as an obstacle, one more thing to deal with. Donald follows his path and tries to write a screenplay, but his motives differ just as much as his attitude from his brothers. And Susan Orlean, a middle-aged woman married with a respected career as a journalist, follows the adventures of John LaRoche, an obsessive man driven by his desire to be the best at whatever he tries. Then she writes an article that became a book, that became a screenplay, that became this movie, that today we have a review.
This is the second collaboration project between Spike Jonze and Charlie Kaufman, after being John Malkovich. Jonze coming from the world of music videos and Kaufman from TV comedies. You have the opportunity as well to see Nicolas Cage in one of his best performances, insecure, tormented and suicidal, and in the same frame, optimistic, successful, and naive. Cage interprets the Kaufman twin brothers with a very solid performance, making it easy for you to differentiate between the characters. In the same line, Cage has the opportunity to perform as narrator for Charlie's inner voice, which in my opinion sets the tone for the first half of the film. Meryl Streep is back, and no surprise she delivers, one more time, a great performance as Susan Orlean, from the sad New York writer to a psychotropic delusional telephone tone. And in the Academy Award winner performance, Chris Cooper plays John LaRoche, toothless compulsive collector that will stop at nothing to capture what his mind has as a target. The screenplay of this movie will jump from timeline to timeline, but at no point you will feel lost during the development. In a very clever way, Kaufman intersects the two stories, and the experience of the movie has a logical and inspiring unfolding. Okay, so this movie will be very interesting if you are into filmmaking, writing, or flowers, and in general any creative process, because you can see how the struggle for production puts you against the wall. I can even feel it during this review. So, I will first address the elephant in the room. This movie will twist reality in a way that you cannot tell, when the movie is accurate at telling you a real part of the story, an allegory, an analogy, a criticism, a parody, a metaphor, or just a simple thriller movie. There are places that put this movie even as a comedy, and after that you can tell that I got a little bit lost, but why should I try to label this movie? Adaptation has its own category, and as such, it's hard for me to compare it or evaluate it. Having said that, the movie will take you in a roller coaster of emotions and play with your senses, and when you think that you have finally figured it out, it will prove you wrong again and again. Following the line of the creative process, this movie is very accurate at presenting the basic concepts of storytelling and the need for structure. At the same time, the confusion between inspiration and the magic formula for a successful product. You can see Charlie and Donald as the duality that resides inside your mind at the time when you want to do something new. It can rather be something beautiful, a piece that glorifies his origins, an artistic expression, a product of love, or it can be just fast food garbage that satisfies the crowd, and that's it. In my interpretation, Kaufman puts into paper contradicting emotions that at some point of the movie were drivers of the development of the story. Maybe as a way of casting the demons or a catharsis exercise. At the end, one of them has to win. In LaRoche, I can see many things that with no shame I see in myself. A catalog of unfinished projects. Always digging as deep as you can to get all the information, getting the biggest collection of all mirrors, fossils, turtles, fish, orchids, you name it. The obsessive personality takes control, and suddenly your only purpose is to possess all the knowledge of a particular topic, even if it is useless or zero profitability you can get from it. I bet you can find something that you know better than anybody you know. We're not too far. Maybe the only difference, and one that makes me really jealous, is his capacity for closure and say, I'm done with that and move on. Interesting as well to mention in this review is that the real Susan Orlean was more than surprised at the first read of the finished script of the adaptation of her book, from seeing the author as part of the story and herself writing the book, the fear of destroying her credibility as writer, and the fine line of fiction of the script. But mostly, she was shocked by Kaufman's sensibility, to see through the lines of the orchid thief and read her feelings at the time of her life, and put in the script emotions that not even Susan was able to express. I cannot recommend this movie more. And with no hesitation, if you're up to the challenge and want to spend some time in the shoes of a writer, or if you ever feel the fear of a blank page, watch this movie. And maybe to you and me, it can be a comedy. But not the kind of comedy of a stupid joke, but one that makes you smile because you can see yourself in it. And thank you very much, guys, for your time. If you like it, please don't forget to subscribe and check other reviews in my channel. Thank you.